BMW, for many years, has not recommended servicing their transmissions, even back into the 1990s. In fact, they've been so adamant about it, there are many transmission pans on BMWs that have a sticker on it or it's embossed into the pan that says, "Do not service, fluid filled for life." So the question is, do these need service? I mean, the manufacturer says no, so why would anyone want to service them? Well, the fact is, I believe they do need service. So let's look at a few facts. First of all, there's nothing unique about BMW transmissions, and there's nothing unique about their fluids. I mean, sure, that's a high quality transmission. It's a well-built unit. They shift nicely. It's a sophisticated unit. I mean, a little better than, say, your cheaper American type of car. But the components inside are essentially the same, and the fluids, for the most part, are the same. As a matter of fact, some of the earlier BMWs used Dexron fluid, which is the same fluid found in GM, Ford, Japanese vehicles, and it's not fill for life in these vehicles. It's recommended to be replaced. So why would BMW not need to have that fluid replaced? Second of all, the synthetic fluids, while they could last forever in terms of the way they're formulated, they still get contaminated. There are particles and bits and debris that get into the fluid. It does get hot, and so the fluid does break down in a certain way, more due to contamination, and so you're filtering dirty particles throughout your transmission. Even though there is a filter, it still doesn't trap everything. So why would a manufacturer say don't replace the transmission fluid when clearly, I mean, a lot of other mechanics would say the same thing I would. You need to change it because of the above conditions I mentioned, like fluid contamination and just general aging. So why would a manufacturer not recommend that? Well, first of all, I mean, the manufacturer really just needs to make sure the car gets over the warranty period. It's a great sales tactic as well, because when you're in the showroom looking at the car and you're talking to the salesman or woman, and they tell you, you don't have to do this service on this car. These have a fill for life transmission. You have to change your oil every 25,000 kilometers. You go, wow, the maintenance on this car really is pretty minimal. I think I'll buy this car over, say, a Mercedes, where they recommend the transmission fluid more often. So it's clearly a sales tactic. BMW, in my opinion, has extremely long intervals, and their oil change intervals on many of their vehicles are 24,000 kilometers, which I think is far too long. I mean, by the time you change oil at that interval, it is disgustingly dirty. And so again, with a lot of their other fluids like transmission, they just don't recommend doing it to keep the cost down. So to summarize, if you own a BMW and you want to keep it in good shape and you're committed to keeping the car for the long haul, you should replace your transmission fluid about every 100,000 kilometers.